welcome everybody to Mafia the Old Country. So I originally wasn't going to do any kind of video for this game because it is a kind of game that I enjoy just playing on my own without having to do any videos or commentary or anything like that. But I've been so impressed by the driving physics and the limited amount of cars that we've seen so far in this game that I figured it was worth a video. So yeah, this is Enzo, or the protagonist, and yeah, we are just going to quickly just look in the garage at some of the cars that are on offer to use. So yeah, not all of these cars will be available depending on which version of the game you've got or how far in the game you are. So yeah, but the first couple are definitely available. So this is a Bolt Model 1, so it's obviously based on the Ford Model T, and yeah, 20 horsepower, 46 miles per hour top speed, 2-speed transmission. So if you are getting to used to using the manual part of this game, which is an option, then that's probably a good car to start with. We've also got the Eckhart Special. Now all of these cars that have roofs on them that can go up and down, you can actually do manually yourself there, like that, in this menu. Not sure how you do it in the actual game, or if you can or not, but yeah, still, we can also switch the camera around so you can get some different looks at it. So this Eckhart, yeah, 71 horsepower, 68 mile an hour top speed, and 4-speed gearbox, although it does weigh a substantial amount more. Now I think these next few are only part of the DLC that you could get. So we've got the Carrozella and Nero. So as you can see, far more basic. I mean, you've even got chain drive at the back there by the looks of things. So yeah, but as you can see, a massive amount of power, 169 horsepower, which obviously isn't much now, but this game is set around 1904, 1905, so it's quite a lot of horsepower, and 112 mile an hour top speed, and again 4-speed gearbox. Then we're much the same with the Garcia Tumulto, which again 188 horsepower, 111 mile an hour, and a 2-speed transmission. So if you're looking for the speed and acceleration but not really fond of the gearbox or using a manual gearbox with more than 2 gears, then that'll be pretty good. One that is obviously a little bit anachronistic in terms of the time period is Tommy's Taxi. So this is from the original Mafia game, also the remastered version. So yeah, it's a little bit silly to have this in, to be honest. It obviously does not fit the time period whatsoever, but still, it's a decent car. And then one I have actually bought in this game so far is the Beneventi 24 horsepower. Not sure why it's called the 24 horsepower, because it obviously only has more than that, 43. 61 mile an hour top speed and 4-speed transmission. So yeah, I found this to be a plentiful amount of speed to go around on this game so far. Yeah, pretty decent, and you can actually change the paint as well as the wheels. But you have to buy those from a place that we're going to get to now. So yeah, let's get in the Beneventi, and yeah, I'll show you off the car's physics. So yeah, like I said, you can choose between automatic and manual. I've gone for manual just because these cars are so slow that yeah, it doesn't really matter about, you know, being in automatic only, and it lends a sense of realism to the game as well, just like the cars do in terms of the way they feel to drive, the way they sound, and yeah, the way they perform in general as well. All lends a great deal of authenticity to the game, which is really crucial for a game that is set in a certain time period. No radios in these cars either, so we're not going to be distracted by anything like that. And yeah, as you can see, there is a fuel gauge as well. Still not worked out how to top up fuel. Probably have to go into a town for that. And yeah, some of these cars you do also have to crank at the front as well, because you just don't have starter motors of the time. So yeah, driving physics with the Mafia games have always been a selling point for me. Oh dear, that's something you can easily do, because I've always really put in a sense of realism to them. This was definitely the case with the remastered version of the original game and the third one. Second game also had that as well, but yeah, more so with this one than the previous two. And yeah, it's just really well done. Now obviously you don't really have much in the way of back roads, real roads. A lot of these are dirt roads, so you have to take that into mind when braking, as well as the fact that obviously you don't have ABS. You're on extremely skinny tyres, so yeah, you just have to look at all that out. So this is the map itself, which obviously is not massive, But because of the cars not being the quickest of things, it doesn't really need to be, and it's plenty full size enough as well. And I really like the fact that it's got a 3D/2D kind of look to it. So the bottom half is kind of 2D, and then you go up and it rises up into this 3D kind of map, so that's really cool. And then you zoom in and you get a bit more detail as well, so you can see buildings, there's some collectibles around. But this game is not really about being open world. This is literally the first part of the game. I'm now, I think, on the 5th chapter, to just let you go at it, basically, in terms of the world that you're in. So yeah, because normal missions are really quite restrictive in terms of their mission boundaries and such, so there's really not all that ample opportunity to just go around exploring. So yeah, you do really have to take that into mind when buying this game. It isn't a free mode game, it is a game that has a large world, but that is to complement the story, complement the time period that it's in. It's not about, you know, driving around killing people and shooting everybody and blah 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 like that. So yeah, but the car physics are so good that it just, even though you're not really got much to do in the open world, it's just really enjoyable just to drive around. And that's something that I found with Mafia 3 in particular. Yeah, that game was more free roam based, but even so, it just felt enjoyable to drive around in that game, and therefore it didn't really matter that, you know, there wasn't a huge amount to do in the open world environment. It was just enjoyable to drive around in general. So yeah, we are making our way to the Pasquale garage, where we can buy some more colours, and who knows, maybe there's some more cars there, so we'll just take a look at that. But yeah, I just really enjoy the driving in this. It's certainly my favourite part of this game so far, which isn't to say that there isn't been other parts of this game I've enjoyed. Certainly enjoyed, oh, I was supposed to turn off there. Certainly I've been enjoying the story, which is typically in Mafia fashion really good. And yeah, voice cast is excellent as well, so is the score. Graphics look amazing most of the time. There is a few graphical glitches here and there, but nothing that really takes you out of the story. And yeah, the gunplay is good as well. There's not a huge amount of guns, much like with the cars themselves. There's not a huge amount of guns because, again, this is 1904, 1905, so yeah, there isn't a great deal to choose from, but what is there is enjoyable. So yeah, I enjoy that generally. So let's go left. So yeah, if you're just wanting to get to somewhere, I would recommend not using, you know, manual and simulation driving, which is what I have here, because it can be a little bit tricky to get used to, especially when it comes to remembering to actually change gears, which I often forget. Come on, change down. Turn right here. So yeah, because obviously the cars are so basic, they're only going to be rear-wheel drive. You don't have any radios in them. Right, let's take this road when we get there. The only annoying thing in terms of the driving is the fact that it's only in kilometres an hour, and I've not been able to find any way of changing the units. It's the same with the distance, it's only kilometres an hour as well, so, or kilometres distance, so that's a little bit annoying, but outside of that, yeah, everything is a-okay in terms of the driving and the physics and the rest of the game on top of all of that as well. So yeah, let's get out. I really like how well detailed the interiors are and everything. Now they did actually go around finding, you know, period correct cars to drive around on, to see how the suspension and the tyres were, as well as obviously how they sound. Now obviously these aren't the actual cars that they used for that basis, but you know, they are inspired by such vehicles. So let's see what Pasquale has to offer us. So yeah, more cars. No. So we've got the truck. Alright, so yeah, I don't think I showed these. So yeah, we've got the default 30, which has 44 horsepower and 55 mile an hour top speed, which is all nicely done. think that one's French inspired, that one. And then we've got the Eckhart Dominion, 64 horsepower, 67 mile an hour top speed, and only a 3-speed manual. And then we've got the truck, the Dufault Camionetti, 44 mile an hour top speed, 48 brake horsepower. So yeah, I haven't come across this truck yet in any of the missions, but I think we used this one in one mission, which was a really rather spectacular chase scene where we're driving around chasing after a horse and cart and bandits and such, and yeah, it's just a fun chase scene. So yeah, I can't. Yeah, currently can't unlock these for whatever reason, unfortunately. So that is a little bit of a shame. Yeah, maybe I've just not gotten through enough of the game so far. Can actually also buy horses, because horses are still obviously a large part of the world at this point in time, and you can buy different horses, cosmetic upgrades on those and such. So yeah, all good in that regard. Not sure if we need to crank the actual car itself. No. So we'll drive to the mission area that we need to get to, just so we can see more of the world and experience more of the car. Just really got everything down to a detail with this, with the jerking of the vehicle when changing gears, the noises that it's all making. And obviously if you do slam on at a decent rate of speed, I know 70 kilometers an hour is not that quick, but you will obviously lose the back end, the wheels will lock up and such. So yeah, you really do have to keep in mind that you are obviously dealing with an older car. Now they've kept these kind of signs that pop up to tell you where to go that we had in I think that was introduced in Mafia 3, which I've always liked. It doesn't, you know, look out of place in the world, but it's also helpful in terms of directing you where to go. Speed, how fast are we going to go? Oh, nearly 60 mile an hour, or 62 at least. But yeah, you're never really going to be getting great deals of speed with masses straight here. Oh yeah, we got more than 60. Yeah, it's on the raggedy edge though. Slide. Drifting a car that's more than 100 years old. I just find this really fun in terms of its physics and its authenticity and all that lot. It's really, really well done, and yeah, this is one part of this game that I really, really enjoy, and yeah, I'm hoping that even though this game isn't supposed to be open world, that we do get some more of these open-ended aspects, because as you'll see when we zoom in, there are these collectibles. So some of this is like currency, or you get money for it. Then you got newspapers which add some you know, background to the whole world that you're in. And there's also these fox statue collectibles. Not sure if it's going to pop up now. And yeah, then it would just be fun in general just to explore the world that you're inhabiting. Now granted, it's not going to be one that is festooned with, you know, side missions or anything like that, but it is just generally a really rather nice world to drive around in. And yeah, it is a game that I highly recommend. So I'm just going to stop it here so we don't give you any spoilers for the story itself, but it is an excellent game. It is one that I highly recommend getting, and yeah, as long as you're not expecting it to be a GTA clone or, you know, something like that, then you will have fun with it, because it isn't trying to be like GTA whatsoever. It's a completely different kind of thing. The free roam element, or the world itself, is, like I said, complementing the story. It's not there to complement, you know, the gameplay or the high entertainment value or anything like that. It is just there to complement the story. Now you can obviously still get entertainment out of just driving around, if you're me in particular, but that's not the main point of the free roam element. It's there to lend the story authenticity and you know, a real world to inhabit, and yeah, basically just give you something to live with the character in. So yeah, great game, well worth getting, and yeah, if you have got it, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But if you haven't and you did enjoy the previous Mafia games, then I do highly recommend getting this one. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.